Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are going to demystify two of the most important services in the AWS toolbox, SNS and SQS. Now, I know they sound kind of similar, but they actually solve very different problems. We're not just going to cover what they are, but more importantly, how they team up to build applications that are seriously resilient and can scale like crazy. So let's just start with a situation you're probably familiar with. You order some food online, an event happens, right? Your order gets placed, and instantly a whole bunch of different systems need to know about it. The restaurant, the driver, your order status, the inventory system, you name it. So how do you get that one message out to everyone, reliably, without the whole thing grinding to a halt? Well, the old school way was to just wire everything together directly. Your order service calls the inventory service and has to wait for a response. Then it calls a shipping service and waits again. It's like a chain of dominoes. If that one shipping service is even a little bit slow or worse, goes down, the entire order fails. The secret to avoiding this mess is a powerful idea called decoupling. Okay, let's dive in. Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll really nail down why those tightly coupled systems are such a headache. Then we'll introduce our two main players, SNS, the broadcaster, and SQS, the reliable queue. After that, we'll see how they work together in a super powerful pattern, and we'll wrap up with the stuff you need to know about costs and best practices. So first up, let's really get to the heart of the problem we're trying to solve here. What's the big deal if all your different services are talking directly to each other? Let's use a simple e-commerce example to see why this can get ugly fast. So just imagine you click that Buy Now button. In a coupled system, the order service has to talk directly to the inventory service and wait for an OK. Then it has to wait on the shipping service. And then it has to wait for the analytics service to log everything. If any one of those is having a bad day, you, the customer, are stuck looking at a spinning wheel. The whole thing might just time out and fail. That is a horrible user experience. All right, let's bring in our first tool to fix this mess. Amazon Simple Notification Service, or SNS. The easiest way to think about SNS is like a megaphone for your application. It's built on this really powerful model called publish subscribe. Now, the key thing to understand here is that SNS is all about one-to-many communication. It can send messages between all the different parts of your application, your microservices. That's what we call application to application, or A2A. But it can also send notifications directly to people, like a text message or a push notification on your phone. And that's application to person, or A2P. This town crier analogy is pretty much perfect. Your order service doesn't need to know who cares about a new order. It doesn't need a list of everybody. It just shouts its message, "Hey, new order," to a central place called an SNS topic. Then, any other service that cares, whether it's shipping or inventory, just has to subscribe to that topic and boom, it gets the news instantly. That's the pub sub pattern right there. And SNS isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. You get two different flavors to choose from. On the left, you've got standard topics. These are all about pure speed and massive throughput. They're perfect for when you just need to blast out a ton of messages and the exact order isn't super critical. But for something like a financial transaction, where every message has to be in the right order and can't ever be duplicated, you go with FIFO topics, which stands for first in, first out. So SNS is great for shouting the news. But what happens on Black Friday? Your town crier announces 1,000 new orders in a single second. Your shipping service just can't pack boxes that fast. It's going to get totally swamped. And this is the exact problem that our second service, SQS, was born to solve. Amazon SQS, or Simple Queue Service, is basically a buffer. You can think of it like a super durable, super patient waiting room for your messages. Instead of your shipping service getting overwhelmed and dropping orders, the messages just line up nice and orderly in the SQS queue. They'll just wait there, totally safe, until a service is ready to process them. This is an absolute game changer for building reliable systems. Now, this brings us to the real magic of SQS. See, to get through orders faster, you might have a whole team of workers, multiple servers, all pulling messages from that one queue. But wait a minute. How do you stop two of them from grabbing the exact same order and accidentally shipping the product twice? The answer is a really, really clever feature called the visibility timeout. And yeah, it's pretty much an invisibility cloak for messages. When a worker grabs a message from the queue, SQS doesn't delete it, not yet. Instead, it just makes that message invisible to all the other workers for a little while. By default, it's 30 seconds. And this little life cycle is exactly what makes your system so tolerant to failure.
So, step 1. A worker gets a message, it becomes invisible, and a timer starts. Step 2. It starts doing its work. Step 3, and this is critical, only when it's finished successfully does it tell the queue, okay, you can delete this message for good. But what if the worker crashes halfway through? Well, that's step 4. The timer just runs out, the message magically reappears in the queue, and another healthy worker can pick it up and try again. No work is ever lost. It's brilliant.
So now we've met the players. We've got SNS, the broadcaster, and SQS, the reliable buffer. So let's see what happens when we put them together. Because when you combine SNS, SQS, and something like AWS Lambda, you create one of the most powerful and popular patterns in all of cloud computing. Here's how this fan-out pattern works. Step 1, an event happens, like order placed, and it gets published to our SNS topic. Step 2, SNS immediately fans out that message to everyone who's subscribed. Now, some services, like your analytics, might process it right away. But for our slower shipping service, the message gets sent to an SQS queue. Step 3, the messages just hang out in that queue until a Lambda function is ready to grab one and process it. This whole setup lets you build a system where you only pay for the exact compute time you use, down to the millisecond. This is what perfectly decoupled architecture looks like. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but what's it going to cost? And how do you use these services in the real world without running into common problems? Let's talk about the practical stuff, costs, and a few essential best practices. With SNS, the good news is you really only pay for what you use. For standard topics, you're looking at costs for API requests and deliveries, billed in 64 kilobyte chunks. For FIFO topics, it's a bit more of a per-message cost. The main thing to remember is that both are super cheap to get started with, and they scale in a really predictable way as you grow. Now, if you want to use these services like a pro, there are a few things you've just got to do. First, always set up a dead letter queue, or a DLQ. This is a special queue where messages go after they fail a few times. Without it, one bad message can get stuck in a loop, failing over and over, wasting your money. A DLQ lets you isolate it for debugging. Next, tune your timeouts. And third, use something called long polling with SQS. It basically tells SQS to wait a bit if the queue is empty instead of just returning nothing, which cuts way down on empty API calls and saves you cash. And that last point about tuning is a huge deal. Just look at this graph. As you give a Lambda function more memory, that's the line going across the bottom, look what happens. The red line, which is how long it takes to run, just plummets. But here's the cool part. The blue line, the cost, also goes down to a sweet spot in the middle. Why? Because the function runs so much faster that it actually ends up being cheaper. Finding that perfect balance is key. So when you boil it all down, the main point is this. Decoupling your systems with services like SNS and SQS, it's not just some fancy architectural choice. It is the absolute foundation for building apps that can scale to millions of users, survive things you never expected, and change over time without having to be completely rebuilt from scratch. This whole approach really lets each piece of your system grow and fail on its own terms, and that is just incredibly powerful. So we'll leave you with a question to think about. How could this idea of decoupling change the way you build and scale your own applications? That's our explainer on SNS and SQS. Thanks for watching.